kind of started by accident. Originally, it wasn't going to be a workshop. When I came back to this area, bear in mind I've worked all over the world, and I kind of lost touch with the Northeast for about, I would say, for a good 20 years. But when I came back, everything had changed, but everything was still kind of the same as well. I think everybody wants to go home, don't they? No matter what you do, everybody always wants to come home. I found when I was working all over the place, I enjoyed it, and it was an experience I'd never missed. But all the time I was thinking, I want to go back to South Shields. I want to see the South Shields beach again, So when I came home, that was my problem. How do I arrange to stay here? Doing wrought ironwork was the last thing on my mind. That's not what I do. What I do is mainly electronics. So we set the original shop up down there. It was going to be radio control kit. The ironwork started by accident because somebody just came in, and I was all ready to just pack it in, and he said, is this where you do wrought iron gates and railings? And I was just about to say no, and I went, well, yeah, it is actually. yeah, what do you want? It's only since I came here that I've actually deviated from the electronic engineering. That was always my work. For 40 years I've been an electronics design engineer, designed and built literally hundreds of products. So while I had other people off doing all this wrought iron work, I thought I'd quite like to make a caricature of a steam train, which is why I made that little train down the front. At the time, everybody around me was saying that's a waste of money, that's a waste of time. But I kind of stuck with it because I liked the look of it. And I didn't know what it was. Pete just came along one day and he pointed at it and he went, you know what that is? That's steampunk. What the hell is steampunk? He said, well, that's what that is steampunk. So we got on Google and we started looking around, and all of a sudden we realised steampunk was a massive thing. My job now within the business is to hive off the nuts and bolts of the wrought ironwork to other people to do. And what I'm doing is I'm developing the steampunk side of it. The advantage we've got over other people doing steampunk stuff, that we can do the electronics as well. Next year, we're going to start bringing some really good stuff out, which is dynamic. It's not just static, it's going to move, possibly walk and talk, a bit of robotics. Essentially, we're doing engineering. What I want for our Pete to come into the business, but I want him to come and take over and free me up. I kind of feel like a Ferrari towing a caravan. I want to be unhitched. I want to cut loose, show everybody what this steampunk really is. I feel like we've got something here with the people that are around here. We've got lots of talented kids. What they really need is an outlet, some way of putting into practice what the ideas have got. I mean, just look at what people are doing here. We're next to nothing in this street. One of the things I like about Frederick Street is it's what I consider to be the Carnaby Street of South Shields. There's little businesses doing all sorts of things. I've got massive material here to work with for the steampunk once I get it all up and running. I couldn't want a better bunch of people around than what we've got here, because they're all a little bit off the wall, which, to be honest, so am I. I don't see myself as Mr. Average Normal. I see myself a little bit off the wall as well.